start with yet another chapter, that is your irrigation. Irrigation is the chapter that we are going to discuss today. Let's see if it's completed today or it will take one more session. See what type of question they ask from this particular chapter of irrigation. That is our area of interest. That is our area of interest. Okay? That is our area of interest. So see, there are two types of question: objective and subjective. Okay? So what we have to do for objective and what we have to do for subjective. See, mostly what they are asking in this sector is related to modern methods of irrigation. Modern methods of irrigation, first thing. Then they are going on to scheme, whatever we have, and little here and there, slight questions that they ask from the different static portion of your irrigation. So this area, they do not ask much question, the static portion of irrigation. Majorly what they are asking the modern methods of irrigation. When I say modern methods of irrigation, I think the message is clear to you. It means your drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, this sort of question they are asking. And in the subjective also, they are asking mainly question from the modern methods of irrigation, that is drip and the sprinkler irrigation, where we can apply the concepts of your irrigation for sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture. So this overall thing or this message you have to keep in mind when you start reading the notes, right? So will not be delving too much deeper into the other related areas. Okay. So now let's start with the session and see the topics, what are the things. So this is the syllabus. What should be clear to you is the syllabus. Water resource. What are the water resources available in the country? Irrigation management, types of irrigation, sources of irrigation, crop water requirement, command area development, water conservation techniques, micro irrigation, irrigation pumps, and major, medium, minor irrigation projects, whatever it is. So the syllabus is very simple. If you can read it once, it will help you to read the notes properly. So again I say, they start with the water resources, how the water resources, whatever water is available with us, how we will manage the water. Then what are the types of irrigation, what are the sources of irrigation. Then one agricultural aspect that they link with the agriculture is the crop water requirement. Then the command area, conservation, micro irrigation, irrigation pumps, and the irrigation project. So this is the syllabus of NABARD in relation to the irrigation. Now we will move on to the notes. So this is the constituent of your notes. This is the constituent of your notes. All the things are available over here that we will study today or tomorrow. Let's see what are the things over there. So these are the things mostly static in nature. So we will see. So, the syllabus of NABARD starts with water resources, right? The syllabus of NABARD starts with water resources. Now when we talk about water resources, from where this water is coming. So that should be clear in your mind from where this water is coming. So water is coming from majorly from two blocks or two resources. The first is surface water resources and the next is the subsurface water resources. That is lying, where they are lying? They are lying on the surface, right? Or they are available below the surface. So the surface water resources, whatever is available for our country, right? These resources are available in different forms. Either it may be the resources available in the lakes, either it is available in the ponds, either it is available in the form of precipitation, that is in the form of rain and snow, or it can be below the surface of the earth, that is groundwater. You can? Yes. So this is the first topic that they have given in this syllabus. What are the water resources? So the first topic is clear. There are very simple concept that two types of resources are there, the surface and the subsurface water resources. Now when we start studying the water resources, this is the chart that is available with us, right? The water availability of the India or the arithmetic of water that is available within our country. So these are the things you can see, this chart you will see. See, annual precipitation including the snowfall, it is 400 billion cubic meters. So this data you can remember, this can be asked in the object. It can be asked in the object. Okay? First is this one. The next data that you need to remember, this has become old, we'll see the new data. What is the estimated utilizable water resources available? That is 1123 BCM. Okay? Now this, out of this 4000, what is utilizable water resources? It is 1123 BCM. Now this 1123 BCM is divided into surface water resource and groundwater resource. So you can see why we are reading this statistics, because we have started our study with what? We have started our study with two things. What are the two things? The two things is our surface and subsurface. Okay. Now when we say surface, that means this much amount of water is available, and when we say groundwater resource, this much is available. If we add this to, it becomes 1123. Okay, 1123 kilometer cube or billion cubic meter, or that we say BCM. Kilometer cube or BCM is same thing when you convert with each other. So these two figures, clear everyone what you have to remember from this chart? And why we are remembering this? Because these two things, they have specifically mentioned in the syllabus that we should know resources. Resources are two types, surface and subsurface. Surface comes this one, subsurface comes here this one. Total is 1123, and annual precipitation total figure is 4000 BC. Okay, this one, this one, this one, this one. This you should remember. Just give me 1 second. Somebody is there in the door. Just give me 1 minute. This first portion with quantitative aspects also clear for your examination. Now we will see, these are some of the states, as you know, that the irrigation is quite developed in the parts of our country, in other parts of our country. So groundwater, of course, exploitation will be more in these parts of the country, like Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, this belt. Yeah. Now coming on to the occurrence of water availability at about 1000 cubic meter per capita per annum is commonly called as thresh waterfall, indicating scarcity. Now whenever we say that the water is scarce, what is not available, so how this definition comes from where this definition comes from, right? The scarcity of the water. So this definition comes from the definition of UNDP. UNDP defines how this scarcity, that occurrence of the water availability at about 1000 cubic meter per capita per annum, okay, is commonly threshold for water indicating. If it falls below this, then you can say that the region is lying in a very water scarce region. So this, clear everyone, this point, this is a very good point for your objective point of view examination. Okay, this definition by UNDP. Now coming on to the second topic of the syllabus, that is irrigation management. Now this topic, what they have given in this syllabus, there is nothing to study from objective point of view. This can only be asked from subjective point of view, that with minimal chances of being asked. How the irrigation water is managed. So whenever we study कैसे आप irrigation के पानी को manage कर सकते हैं, how you can control or manage the water that is in the irrigation. So in this, number of things will fall under its ambit. You have to study the soil sciences also, you have to study the agriculture meteorology also. So all the things, you have to study the growth of the plant also. So everything that is influencing the ability of the water, either it's living thing, either it's non-living thing, everything will fall under the ambit of the irrigation management. So if some question comes, right, what do you mean by irrigation? What are the areas that we study under the irrigation management? So you have to write everything, right? Living, non-living, everything you have to relate in the answer. But since it's a very vague topic, right? A very broad topic, not vague, very broad topic. So I don't think there is chances of asking question from here. Chalo. Importance of irrigation management. So always I say, what you have to think whenever you are thinking for such a topic, what you have to think? You have to think first what? You have to think first the subheader for that. Subheader, yes, broad to specific. So I will think the subheader and I will expand it 2-3 lines so that I can write the answer. So importance of irrigation management lies in balanced equity distribution, the allocation of the water and all, efficiency in the usage, because if you will not manage the water, right, there will be wastage of water, so efficiency in use, optimal utilization of the water in respect to the plant so that plant grows properly, economically viable management, judicial distribution, right, resource conservation, environmental safe usage and all those things. So these are very general point. So just think of or just 5-6 points you can remember. Again, very less chances of asking question from this particular topic, that is irrigation management. But for knowledge sake of you, you can remember these certain points. Now coming on to the topic what they have given, what is irrigation. So whenever you will be defining irrigation, the thing that should contain in your answer is this word, artificial application of water. So irrigation is what? Irrigation is an artificial application of water to the soil of the agricultural field. So they will search for this keyword whenever you will be writing certain question related to irrigation that you have in these 2 points or not. So these are the key terms and terminologies. Nowadays, the descriptive question what is being asked in RBI or NABARD, whenever you are answering something, the answer must include the key points, right? Key points. And what I was discussing it with today with the Vivek. Vivek has qualified 2024 NABARD. He was also saying that in the stopper stop you will listen him saying that I used to inculcate the keywords in my answer, right? So keywords are very important because say if they take the help of artificial intelligence to evaluate a copy, so AI will try to detect the keywords in your script, right? So just for an example I am saying, or say an examiner is evaluating your copy. So he will try to find out the keywords. Whenever the interview is going on for NABARD, the panel sitting over there wants to listen from you the keywords, not the vague round and noun words. So the keywords are very important in both your essay and your technical descriptive. Try to use keywords as per the context of the question. Now there are certain facts you can study, right, once the class is over. So no need to explain. Right, about 80% of the current water is drawn by agriculture. So they can ask you, since agriculture is very important for now. So what is the percentage of water being, जो भी utilizable water है हमारे पास, ठीक है, whatever the utilizable water is there, the 80% of that is being drawn by the agriculture. Maximum usage is being by the agriculture. Yes, you can use this point as a fodder as well. Economic Survey 2018 says, right, what it says that irrigated area constitutes 48.8% of 1 million hectare of agricultural land. So this is again an important question. They have asked so many times that what is the agricultural land available with India? So it is 140 million hectare. Out of this irrigated area is 48.8%. Now this has increased a little bit. We will see later on. 48.8%. But for writing a descriptive answer, this statistics you can quote that around 50%, right? We have irrigated land in our country. The remaining is benefit as per Economic Survey 2018. Water budget, just we have discussed the 4000 BCM and 1123, right? That concept we have discussed in the above chart. Now, types of irrigation. The next topic in the syllabus is types of irrigation. Now, types of irrigation, as I said, you can be divided into 2 types. Take a 2 major types, 2 major broad heads. The first broad head would be traditional methods. The second broad head would be modern methods. Whenever we say traditional method, that means efficiency is less. So example is traditional. Okay, surface, subsurface irrigation. Whenever we say modern irrigation, the efficiency is more. The example being the drip or the overhead or sprinkler irrigation. Now when we say surface irrigation, that we also do in our home, right? If you have a garden in your right backyard or front of your home, so what you do, we make some kiari like structure. I think everybody is understanding the word kiari that we use in Hindi. So what we do, at one point we pour the water, right, through some source, and this water keeps on going into the different parts of the field in open method. So that is surface method. If the water flows just beneath this surface through some certain pipes and all, so it will be subsurface or the sub irrigation. Drip, so everybody knows it flows through the system of your pipes and sprinkler it flows through the system of a motor and the sprinkler heads. So these are the types of irrigation. But till now they have not asked very much in detail, so we are not also not going in that, keeping it short and concise. Now surface irrigation, that I told you this one, that the water is flowing through the surface of the field or the kyaris, whatever it may be. It can be again divided into complete flooding and partial flooding. Complete flooding means pura dubo dena, like wild flooding, right? You are just giving on water and water is flowing everywhere. Border irrigation, just you are giving, these kyaris are made into the border of the field and the water is flowing, not entire field but in certain borders. Check basin means you are divided the field into basins, basin like structure. Okay? The second field is partial flooding, where you have furrow irrigation methods, right? Certain furrow you are just irrigating the field. Basin and ring method that we follow in orchards. Then is surge irrigation, that is also called as on-off irrigation. That you switch on the motor, the water is flowing, then you switch off the motor, the water is not flowing, that is surge irrigation, like that you can understand. So they can give you question from here, very simple, that which of the following is not an example of complete flooding. They will give you option number 1, option number 2, option number 3, option number 4 यहाँ से and option number 5 भी यहाँ से. And now they will ask you 1, 2 and 3 are correct. 2, 3, 4 and are correct. इस तरह से they can ask you question. So simple thing also becomes quite complicated if you do not pay attention. So छोटे छोटे चीजों में थोड़ा attentive रहना है, and we have to learn the process that how the question can be framed. जब तक इस प्रोसेस को नहीं समझोगे ना, how the question can be framed from this simple line, तब तक सिलेक्शन होने में दिक्कत होगा, तब तक you will not be able to eliminate with the options. ठीक है? So option elimination will work only when you yourself will also try to think upon how the question can be framed from this particular portion. So wild irrigation, water irrigation, okay. Check basin, it is the most common method irrigation. It is the most common method of the irrigation. I have given the certain size of the basin also, you can remember, this can be asked in objective. The size of the basin is 10 meters square to 25 meters square. Next, the partial method, furrow irrigation methods are there, basin and ring are there. Basin and rings are usually for small trees, while rings are used for bigger trees. Okay? This you can remember. Then is surge irrigation. In this I told you, on and off irrigation. They have asked only one question from this. Which irrigation is also called as on-off irrigation? So surge irrigation is called as on-off irrigation. Efficiency of surge irrigation is 85 to 90%. Now coming on to subsurface irrigation, as I told you that the water will not flow here, the water will flow below the ground. So this is also known as seepage irrigation. They can ask you a very simple question, which of the following irrigation method is also called as seepage irrigation? So sub irrigation method is also called as seepage irrigation, which is used in the greenhouse, right, cultivation. In subsurface irrigation, the water is applied beneath the ground by creating and maintaining an artificial water table at some depth, usually of 30 to 75 centimeters. So कितने depth तक हम जाएंगे? We can go till depth of 30 to 75 centimeters below the ground surface. Now coming on to the next, the modern methods of irrigation, that is important, the drip and the sprinkler. Whenever we use the term micro irrigation, right? Whenever we use the term micro irrigation, M is equal to S plus D, that is Mahendra Singh Dhoni, that is equal to your drip plus sprinkler or sprinkler plus drip, whatever you would like to say. So whenever you are we will be writing right answer about micro irrigation. So always try to represent your answer in this arithmetic form to catch the attention of the examiner, that micro irrigation can be equal to drip plus sprinkler, like that equation form, arithmetic form you can write. Okay. Now the data is as per Department of Agriculture. There are two confusion that arises. See, two types of data are available. Data available before PMKSY till now, and data as per PMKSY. Right? PMKSY, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना, was launched in which year? किस साल आया था? प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना was launched in which year? 2015, I think 2015 is right. So Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, after that whatever data is available, and before that Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana till now, whatever the area under irrigation is. So there are two type of things. So whenever you will be studying, you will find certain contradiction that whatever data you will get in PIB, the PIB mentions the data after PMKSY के आने के बाद जो भी area irrigation में after PMKSY was launched by the government, whatever the area under irrigation is for micro or the sprinkler, that it counts or that it reflects in the different articles of the PIB. But if you go before PIB, क्या area था नहीं था, so that is also you can consider. So you have to see the question is asking the area coverage as per PMKSY or time before the PMKSY. So that you have to see. Now see, you will find that the data is as per Department of Agriculture. When you go to the Ministry of Agriculture website, you will find this data. Okay? This data does not match with the data of PMKSY because ये starting से ये data दे रहे हैं, right? Before the PMKSY launch. So इसके हिसाब से if you do not consider PMKSY, तो इसके हिसाब से maximum area in overall micro irrigation is Rajasthan. But PMKSY के जाओगे तो it will be coming into Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. ठीक है? So maximum area in overall micro irrigation is Rajasthan, maximum area in drip irrigation is Andhra Pradesh, maximum area in sprinkler irrigation is Rajasthan. So these rankings are before the PMKSY. Clear everyone what I am trying to say? ये data और PMKSY वाले data में variation होगा, मिलेगा आपको. You have to read the question. They are asking from PMKSY or they are asking since time immemorial when these concepts are arose. ठीक है. So you can go through this table. The summary of that table is only what I have written the top year of point. Now see, this is the data what you'll get in PIB. Year-wise area covered from 15-16 when PMKSY was launched to 21. यहाँ पे फिर आपको मिल जाएगा different, ठीक है? So that you have to look very carefully what they are asking in the question. What they are asking in the question? They are asking as per PMKSY or they are asking before the PMKSY. So you can see the certain articles from the newspaper, right? In which state we have how much area. So you can see the drip and the sprinkler. Okay? Drip, this is the drip, this is the sprinkler. So if you talk about say sprinkler, the green box, right, indicates your sprinkler. So you can see the maximum height is being occupied by your Karnataka. So Karnataka state has the maximum sprinkler irrigation. Similarly, blue box, if you will see the blue box, the highest blue box is from Andhra Pradesh, right? This one, this one, this. So drip irrigation is maximum in your Andhra Pradesh, that you can remember. Now drip irrigation, see, drip irrigation is a type of micro irrigation system that has a potential to save water and nutrients by allowing water to drip slowly through the roots of the plant. So a pipe is there, the water is flowing and it is going drop by drop to the plant. It is flowing like this. Okay? So this is only drip irrigation. So why we are advocating, right, drip irrigation? That is the main question. Why we are advocating? Because it is a method of sustainable agriculture where we are not wasting the water, right? Water is being used very efficiently. That's why we study the concept of your water usage efficiency. So what it is an important role in increasing the irrigation water productivity and water use efficiency. So why we are focusing on the drip irrigation? Because of the two technical terms that we are discussing, the irrigation water productivity, I think no doubt is there. The word itself explains that what is IWP, irrigation water productivity. जितना पानी डाल रहे हो और कितना crop grow कर रहा है, that is irrigation water productivity. How much water you are giving and how much the crop is growing, that is only irrigation water productivity. And water use efficiency, that is how much water is used efficiently being used. We will see these two things. Okay? So IWP is defined as yield produced per unit of irrigation water use, has become an important criteria which takes into account both agricultural production and water use efficiency. Okay? तो ये नया concept है that is being utilized nowadays, that is yield produced per unit of irrigation वाटर यूज. ठीक है, कितना पानी डाल रहे हो एंड कितना आपका प्रोड्यूस आ रहा है फ्रॉम दैट फील्ड, राइट, दैट ओनली वी स्टडी इन irrigation water productivity. That's why the term is productivity. How much yield you are getting by applying that much amount of water. ठीक है. Now IWP can be increased by adopting various methods. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन फ्रेम हो सकता है. What are these? These are your technologies: micro irrigation, organic and natural farming, zero budget natural farming, right? So can anybody tell me how natural farming and zero budget natural farming will increase the IWP? Anybody? I want one word answer. What one word will you select when I ask you how natural farming or ZBNF will increase IWP? क्यों? Why? Think why we will be requiring less water in natural farming or ZBNF? Yes, Divya is right. She says there will be no chemicals. When we say no chemicals, right, that it means whenever we will apply fertilizer, application of fertilizer requires water. So I was telling that whenever we apply fertilizers, we require water. Without water, there can be no application of fertilizer because that will lead to scorching of the plants. So both the things are, right, correlated, interrelated with each another. In ZBNF or natural farming, we do not use the fertilizer. That's why it says that it will increase the IWP. Clear everyone? How these things will increase the IWP? A very good UPSC conceptual question can also be framed from this particular paragraph. Many of you will ignore, but एक word को starting में whenever you are reading, when you are starting with the thing, read one by one words very carefully. In second round or third round, you can reduce the thing, but first reading should be very attentive and you should read one by one every. ऊपर आधे आधे मन से मत पढ़ना in first reading. So, however, a few changes are associated with shifting priority, fragmentation. Okay, these are the problems. The concept of your drip irrigation was advocated by right, these two persons, the father and the son from Israel, Simcha Blas and his son Yeshayahu. This is a question of NABARD. What is the efficiency of drip irrigation? So it is 95%. What are the components of the drip irrigation? So we will see these are the components of the drip irrigation. Whatever things I have highlighted, just try to see that what has been highlighted. Less chances they will ask you these figures, but एक बार देख लो ताकि if the question asked, you can mark with the option. So the components of the drip irrigation is pump, from where the water is being pumped and it is given to the field. You have the chemical tank, so that you can mix the fertilizers. What term we use when we mix the fertilizer with the drip irrigation in the tank? What term we use? क्या टर्म यूज करते हैं? फर्टिलाइजर बात कर रहा हूँ ना, फर्टिगेशन होगा. It will be fertigation. So when I say that we mix the chemicals, then you use the chemigation. When I say I mix the fertilizers and the pesticides, then I will say chemigation. If I only say fertilizer, it will be fertigation only. Emitters, ये emitter का ये याद रखना value, the rate of the emitter, because ultimately in drip irrigation you are focused on what? You are focused on slow emission of the water. So if it increases more than this, so it will not be called as a drip irrigation. So this emission rate of 2 to 10 liters per hour is very important for your examination. Sprinkler irrigation, the efficiency of this sprinkler irrigation is 16 to 70%. 16 to 70%, it has a wide range. These are the components of the sprinkler irrigation, the rotators, it is rotating like and water is being spread. Perforated pipes are there, pipelines are there, couplers, sprinklers. So whatever things I have highlighted, just try to focus on that. The application of the water changes from 1.2 to 5 centimeter per hour. This data you can remember, just you have tried to remember 2 to 10 liters per hour. Next term comes the water usage efficiency. IWP हमने देख लिया. The next term is your WUE. So water use efficiency is defined as the amount of carbon assimilated as a biomass or grain produced per unit of water. ठीक है? Clear everyone? Just read this definition. If any problem is there with this definition, please let me know, because this is a very important concept that can be asked in subjective also. Objective में तो पूछा ही जाएगा. Water use efficiency is defined as amount of carbon assimilated. Carbon assimilated means what? जो plant whatever it's going, right? The fruits and the grains what it is giving, वही है carbon assimilation. The amount of carbon assimilated as biomass or grain produced per unit of water used by the crop. Clear everyone with this definition? आप कितना पानी दे रहे हो, कितने पानी देने के, right? With respect to that, how much grains or biomass you are getting from the field, that is only water use efficiency. The unit is kg per hectare per annum. This you have to remember. The next is your watt per drop more crop. It is related to what? It is related to drip irrigation only. So per drop more crop comes under Pradhan Mantri Krisi Sinchai Yojana and was launched in year 2015-16. In this, what you have to remember is that the government, what financial assistance it is giving, the government provides a financial assistance of 55% for the small and marginal farmers and 45% for the general farmers or the other farmers. This is very important point. Per drop more crop कब आया, and per drop more crop में how much assistance you are, financial assistance you are giving to the small and marginal farmers and the general or the other farmers, big farmers, progressive farmers को आप कितना दे रहे हो, ठीक है. Then PM KSY ranking, ये मैंने आपको पहले ही बता दिया. Through that green box and blue box, that Karnataka tops the list. Rupees 5,000 crore dedicated micro irrigation fund created with the NABARD has been facilitated for this per drop more crop. So this is again a important point from your examination point of view, because this is being implemented by NABARD. अब ये बढ़ के 10K हो चुका है, ठीक है. This figure has increased to from 5,000 to 10,000. According to Economic Survey 1920, micro irrigation is proven technology which has gained immense popularity. Farmers have been able to save irrigation water from. See, this is the study that you will find number of times in PIB. इसलिए मैंने ये आपको दे दिया PIB से निकाल के कि just go through this, that how much irrigation water is being saved by different methods. ठीक है, 20 to 48%, energy saving 10 to 7%, saving of labor cost 30 to 40%. So कहाँ हम कितने बचत कर रहे हैं, right? That you can remember for your. Not I think they will ask, but too many data. But since it is coming again and again in PIB, that's why I have given you this data. ठीक है. इस ईयर का बजट एलोकेशन we will see in this year's budget क्या allocate किया. I will update the very thing from here. ठीक है, कि प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना को कितना बजट दिया गया, ठीक है. सेंट्रल ग्राउंड वाटर बॉडी कितना दिया गया, ड्रिप इरिगेशन और पर ड्रॉप मोर क्रॉप को how much they have given. So this thing we will update as per the latest budget. So that's why I am not discussing this. Central Groundwater Board is implementing innovative schemes for aquifer rejuvenation and groundwater management and regulation. ठीक है, ये छोटे schemes CGWB is implementing. Why I am telling you this? Because they will give you simple question that aquifer rejuvenation under groundwater management regulation कौन इसको implement कर रहा? So CGWB is implementing this. Aquifer कुछ नहीं होता है, इसको हम आगे भी जाके देखेंगे. Just I am telling you in short. Aqua means what? Water. So the source of water that is between the rocks inside the ground is known as aquifer. ठीक है, यही होता है aquifer. Rashmi, okay? Aquifer. Simple. The water present inside the right surface of the earth, in between the rocks and all, that is on the aquifer. You are digging the well, that is also an example of aquifer, जहाँ से water under the ground, right? It is collected at one place. Next, this is an important scheme that we will study in the current perspective also, because the theme changes year to year. ठीक है? National Water Mission has taken up Jal Shakti Abhiyan, Catch the Rain and Sahi Fasal campaign for the water conservation. ठीक है? इसको when we will solve the MCQ, when I will give you the test after revision test after the class is over, ठीक है, then I will be giving you new things from the recent or the current dimensions की अभी का what is the theme like that, ठीक है, that you will enjoy solving those questions over there. Classification of irrigation water quality, I think this I have explained in your soil science chapter as well. कैसे हम क्लासीफाई करते हैं इरिगेशन चैप्टर को, वाटर को कि किसका क्वालिटी अच्छा, द क्वालिटी ऑफ विच इरिगेशन वाटर इज गुड, दैट आई हैव आल्सो dealt with in the soil science classes if you remember. I think you have forgotten that all the कैसे मैंने आपको सिखाया था, how I have told you that you have to remember the lowest figure and the highest figure, इन दोनों के बीच में ranges निकलता है. From where they will ask you question, either they will ask you from the top range or the bottom range, यहीं से पूछेंगे वो क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, फ्रॉम हेयर आई विल टेक अप द क्लास टुमारो. ठीक है, द इम्पोर्टेंट टर्म्स एंड द टर्मिनोलॉजीज एसोसिएटेड विद द इरिगेशन, यहाँ से हम इसको कल टेकअप करेंगे. राइट, हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई द कीवर्ड. यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई द कीवर्ड सृष्टि आफ्टर यू विल कंटिन्यू टू रीड द थिंग्स. चीज़ों को बार बार पढ़ोगे, समझोगे, सिलेबस को अगर आप समझ रहे हो तो कीवर्ड आप सही से सेलेक्ट करना सीख जाओगे. दैट विल नॉट बी अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर यू. Any other issues, problems